Hello! In this video, I want to talk about 16 tenses in grammar. And first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Maris Agil Pradana. You can call me Marits, and I'm from Unugiri Bojonegoro in the English educational program that is exactly in a semester 2. And okay, let's start into the first tenses, that is the simple present. Simple present is used for habit, routines, fact, or schedule event. So I think this is repeatedly, or it's like in the morning, every morning, it's like that. And the form and the pattern is the subject plus verb plus s or es. Yeah, the example is he drinks coffee every morning. That is the simple present. Simple, right? Okay, let's move into the present continuous. It's used for action happening now, or temporary action, or future plans. That is, the form is subject, is mr or anything, and verb and ing. It is a special because it is happening now, so I think it is happening now, so we use it for the verb ing. The example is they are studying right now, or I am making a video right now, like that. Okay, let's continue to the present perfect. Present perfect is used for action that started in the past and continue to now, or the past action with a present result. The form is subject, has or have, plus past participle. The example of the present perfect is I have lived in this city for 5 years. So this is for the action that it started in the past and it continue to until right now, or the past action with the present result. It's like right now. Okay. And the next is present perfect. Present perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous. It's used for action that started in the past and are still happening, or just stopped by visible effect. Focus on the duration. Okay, the form is subject, has or have, been, and verb and ing. The example of the present perfect continuous is he has been working on the project all day. Okay, let's move into the past. The first one is a simple past. When it is used for action completed at the specific time in the past. The form is verb, subject, verb, ed, or irregular past from 8. Form 8. We visited Rome last summer. It is used a time signal also. The most of the past is used, the time signal is last week, last year, last summer, or last night, or anything last week or anything less. Okay, let's move into the past continuous. It's used for action that were in progress at a specific time in the past, or when It's used for action that were in progress at a specific time in the past or when another action interrupts them. How to form it? Subject, was or were, verb plus ing, and the example is while I was recording, the phone is ringing. Okay, let's move into the past perfect. When to use it for an action that was past perfect, it's used for an action that was completed before another action or time in the past. It's the past of the past. How to form it? That is subject, had. We use had and plus past participle. It is past participle in here. It means the past verb, I think. The verb 2 or verb 3. Yeah, I often use for the verb 2. The example is she had finished her work before he arrived. So I think this is the past of the past, that is she had finished her work before he arrived. Continue to the past perfect continuous. We use it for an action that was ongoing up to a specific point in the past and emphasize the duration before a past event. The form, I think it is same with the form is subject, had, been, verb, and ing. The example is he had been studying for hours before he finally fall asleep. Okay, we move to simple future. We use it for spontaneous decision or prediction or offers or promises. Yeah, we can use for those many things. How to form it? Subject plus will plus the base of the verb. Yeah, verb 1 it means, and the example is I think it will be the example is it will. The example is I think it will rain tomorrow. And the next is simple future, but it's going to be. It is same, but there is different in a going to. Yeah, because we use going to, it is called simple future going to. It's use it for plannings, or intention already decided, or prediction based on the current evidence. How to form it? It is a simple, I think, and subject. We use it is mr and going to plus verb. Okay, the example is we are going to build a new house next year. It is a plan. So we can use it for to express our plan or to express our plan that is exactly want to do it in the future. Let's continue it into the future continuous. We use it for an action that will be in a progress at the specific time in the future. Yeah, it is future continuous, future and continuous, that is will be in progress but in a specific time in the future. How to use it, how to form it is simple. The form or the pattern is subject, will, be, verb ing. Yeah, this is a simple future continuous. Yeah, it is future and continuous. The example is at 9 p.m. tomorrow I will be eating a dinner. Yeah, at I think it will be simple if I said at 9 a.m. tomorrow I will be eating a breakfast. I will be having a breakfast. Okay, we're going to the next future perfect. When we use it for an action that will be complete before a specific time in the future. The difference is the form is subject, will and have plus verb. The example is by next year I will graduate from the university. In the next year I will have graduate from my university. Okay, let's continue into the last one, that is future in a simple past. It is conditionally, and when we use it, or it used to talk about an action that was future for the past viewpoint, often for prediction or promises made in the past. Yeah, like that. And how to form it? The form, I think it's a simple one. Subject plus would plus verb. Yeah, it's depend. The verb is depend. I think we use the verb is okay, I think. And the example is she said she said she would help me. Yeah, it is a simple. She said she would help me. Yeah, if she can. Yeah, we can use it like that. That at that past time, helping with the future. So it is like a promise in the past, but we have to do it in the future. Okay, continue into the future in a past continuous. When it used, we use it to talk about an action that was ongoing in the future from a past viewpoint. How to form it? The form is easy, I think. Subject plus would plus be plus verb ing. It is especially using a verb ing because it is future in a past continuous. Okay, the example is he promised he would be waiting when I arrive. Okay, repeat after me. He promised he would be waiting when I arrive. Like that. That is, there is a promise or it will be happen in the future, and there is a would and be, and also we using a verb ing, waiting when I arrived. Okay, let's move into the future in a past perfect. When to use it? We use it to talk about an action that would have been completed before a certain time in the future from a past point, and it is often used for hypothetical situation or unfulfilled past prediction. How to form it? It's easy. Subject plus would plus have plus verb. And she thought, and the example is she thought she would have finished by now. She thought she would have finished by now. So I think we can see from this, from her past thought, finishing was in the future, was future perfect, I mean. Okay, let's continue into the future in a past. Okay, this is the last one. That is future in past perfect continuous. Future past perfect continuous. That is a very complicated name. And when we use it to talk about an action that would be have been going to, or that would be have been ongoing for a period leading up to a point in the future from the past viewpoint. Okay, the form is, yeah, it is a little bit complicated, and I would say it: subject plus would plus have plus been plus verb ing. Because there is a continuous over here, we also use a verb ing, and there is a future, we use would, and have and been. Have is in a past, have is a perfect, and been is a past. So the example is, he said he would have studying. So the example is, he said he would have been studying for hours by the time I called. From the past, the statement, studying was still ongoing until right now, until a future past point. So I think that's all that I can tell all of you guys about the 16 tenses. I think the conclusion of the anything, learning tenses is not only we know what the pattern is, but also we use it for every day. Or yeah, I think it is quite important for all of the English learner about how to about learning 16 tenses. Yeah, I know that is hard, but every people want to be a good, and also good in English, and also good in a tenses. Okay, I think that's all my explanation about 16 tenses. Thank you for watching until the end, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and bye bye.